They had run out of proper road a few miles back, and Jack was clearly loving sending the SUV tearing along muddy tracks. In the back seat, Gwen was focused on her screen, determined to keep a hold on the bizarre signal that had led them all out into the night. Initially, she'd been peeved when Ianto had started to ride shotgun with Jack every time they went out, but at that moment was glad to be out of their bickering. Ianto cheerfully continued, "Oh, fine. You realise the other side of the hill is the sea?" Jack hit a series of controls on the dashboard, and the engine's sound shifted from gently growling to roaring. He shouted over the engine noise, "Just adjusting the differential, engaging four-wheel drive. I've never really tested this to its limits." Gwen had learned from Reese to worry when a man starts speaking like Jeremy Clarkson. With a screech of wheel spin, the SUV leapt forward, charging up the dark hillside, stone and mud flying in its wake. Not that Gwen minded. It was late on a cold summer night, and she was desperate to solve a mystery that had been outrunning her for days. She'd noticed the bizarre rift readings by chance, and then had been astonished to see them repeated night after night. Whatever it was, it blasted into the sky at precisely 2 a.m., always on the coast, and it never lasted for more than 10 minutes. Each night she'd chased them in vain, but this time Torchwood had been prepared, and she was all for Jack doing his impersonation of Lewis Hamilton if it got her to the source before the signal faded. Gwen vaguely remembered the paths through the woods from when Reese had taken her for a picnic on the beach when they were first dating. Reese hadn't realised it was a nudist beach, which had certainly made the backgrounds of their photographs interesting. Jack yelled, "Someone open the gate!" Before they could react, he went on, "Changed my mind. Ever wondered why the SUV had such a big bumper?" Bang! The fence went flying. They were accelerating towards the top of the hillside now, the coast opening up below them. Gwen's hands whirred across her keyboard, struggling to keep track of the weakening signal. "I don't really want to say this, but we need to hurry up. It's another 30 meters west of where we are." "Stop!" Ianto yelled. "By west, do you mean straight ahead?" They were meters away from a steep cliff on the edge of the choppy sea. Moonlight played awkward patterns on the black waves. "Can you see a path down to the beach?" Gwen asked Jack. Ianto glared at her. Don't encourage him. Jack wondered whether he should tell Ianto that he'd once outrun the lava flows of Etna on a goat cart, or that he'd escaped down the forbidden ice slopes of the Axian Mountains on a sled. Instead, he asked Gwen, "We're losing the signal, yeah?" Gwen nodded in response. "And it's definitely down there." Another yes from Gwen. "Well, in that case, I can't see any reason not to, but it's pitch black," Ianto intervened. "Exactly," Jack grinned. "Nothing to worry about." And they were off, careering down the slope like a triplet of turbo-powered lemmings. The SUV skidded down the loose shale, power sliding from one side to another. Grit smashed against the toughened glass, but the car stayed upright. Jack was having the time of his life.